How are you getting on with the Duke of Marlborough?
Very well. Volume 2, Chapter 20, The Battle of Blenheim.
We're already on page 800 and something.
I think the publishers hope for something a little shorter.
Bugger the publishers, this is more than a biography, it's a panegyric. A tribute to my great and illustrious ancestor. Oh, get her, move on, Jenna. Overtake, overtake! Remember when Randolph and I went off to see the battlefield?
Of course.
Well, I dreamt about it last night. What's everything? I mean, enemy being routed, Europe saved from those ravaging hordes. And there was Marlborough, riding into history. Our eyes met. I think he smiled at me.
You shouldn't have had so much cheese. Stilton always gives you nightmares.
Mr. Speaker, the loss of India would mark and consummate the downfall of the British Empire. If we cannot do our duty in India, we shall have shown ourselves unworthy to preserve the vast empire which still centers upon this small island. It is alarming and also nauseating to see Mr. Gandhi, a seditious Middle Temple lawyer, now posing as a fakir of a type well known in the East, striding half naked up the steps of the vice-regal palace to parley on equal terms with representative of the King Emperor.
Hendon Council's Private Members Bill, second reading.
Not bad, yeah? No, that sounds very reasonable now.
Thank you, Tom.
What a monstrous speech. You're his friend, Bracken. You should tell Winston to stop making such a fool of himself. It's pathetic.
Britain is losing her grip on its imperial affairs. He's trying to stop the rot.
Rubbish. Winston's a self-serving opportunist. That's why nobody trusts him. No sense of loyalty. Thanks, Tom. Does this party count for nothing?
Is it disloyal to defend something one believes in passionately?
He's attacking government policy, which means he's attacking his own damn party. It's about time he towed the line and stopped being such a bloody nuisance.
It's the wrong hat, Tom.
Mr. Woods, this is appalling.
You must remember that your husband lost a very substantial sum as a result of the Wall Street crash.
We're bankrupt.
Not exactly, but I have made it clear to your husband that economies are necessary.
What did he say?
He promised to cut down to 3 bottles of champagne in the evening.
There was a time when people used to rush into the chamber to hear me speak. It's Winston, they cry. Winston's on his feet. Now they hurry away, as if to avoid an embarrassing accident. I'm finished, Brendan.
Nonsense.
A ghost. Witnessing my own demise.
It's common courtesy, thank you.
This is meant to be part of the drop.
Diana.
It's just... Desmond, have you met my husband?
Briefly at the wedding. Good to see you again.
Oh, I'm so
Clemmy,
glad
my
to see
dear.
you.
Hello, Morton. How's the spying game?
I'm not a spy, Randolph. I'm a civil servant.
Yes.
Where's your father?
I'm afraid he's having a black dog day. We're relying on you to shake him out if he came
Came
Really?
back from London in a terrible mood, and he's been like that ever since.
Winston. Go on, Winston. Lunch in 5 minutes.
Dogs look up to you. Cats look down on you. Pigs treat you as equals.
What is it? India?
Partly. Partly these.
What about them?
Well, there, Hitler. Made me think. In 35, I was Home Secretary. 37, First Lord of the Admiralty and 50 Chancellor of the Exchequer, doing pretty well.
Not bad.
Now look at me. No power, no prospect of power. Look at Hitler. Some bugger all, the head of state in 10 years.
Come and have some lunch.
Not hungry.
Everyone's waiting.
Let them wait.
Come and have a drink at least.
What have you got there?
I'll show you indoors.
Cheer me up.
Not exactly. You may be right about Germany.
What do you mean? What is all this?
It's a report from our air attaché in Berlin. He says the Nazis have in training over 8,000 pilots.
Sounds as if Hitler is creating an air force.
I would say so.
Yes, but the Prime Minister would not. God help us, Desmond. England is lost in a pacifist dream.
People prefer that to the nightmare of war. Passchendaele and the Somme are all too close for comfort.
Yeah. People are dreaming, it means they're asleep. Time they bloody woke up.
Good enough excuse. But it wasn't at the time. It wasn't accepted.
Mr. Baldwin. Prime Minister.
Herr Becker.
My government is very displeased by a number of scurrilous and totally unfounded attacks on the Third Reich that seem to emanate from the office of your ambassador in Berlin.
So, Robert?
Yes, I'll make the appropriate inquiries.
Well, if it's true, we shall take immediate action. I deplore any attempt to create feelings of doubt and suspicion. I am anxious to work closely with Germany under the new order.
Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. Mr. Wigram, perhaps you will let me know the results of these inquiries.
The most recent dispatch from our ambassador reported that Nazi policy is intensely anti-Jewish. Is that scurrilous and totally unfounded?
The Jews have become far too prominent in many aspects of German life. Their influence is disproportionate. Our policies are merely adjusting the balance.
Is that why you built a concentration camp outside Munich?
It's a place of protective custody, Mr. Wigram. And remember, please, it was the British who invented the concentration camp during the Boer War, I believe. We are merely following your good example.
Jolly good what you said in there. Nothing but bully boys, these damn Nazis.
Well, they get away with it, that's the trouble.
Nobody does anything about it.
That's right, they don't.
Very alarming.
It is.
It's Desmond Morton.
Rafe Wigram.
Foreign Office, Central Department.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry. Have we met before? I'm terrible at faces.
I'm afraid it's my training, military intelligence. I have a filing cabinet instead of a mind. I'm going to Charing Cross. Can I drop you somewhere?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Dish.
I think she wants to do it professionally.